What is going on, guys? It is Wrestlelamia here, back with some more news. Join us now as Wrestlelamia looks at more of the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know, including whether the WWE called the police to shut down AEW, the extraordinary measures taken at the Performance Center, Chris Jericho on never entering the WWE Hall of Fame, John Cena doesn't see any top stars in the WWE right now, and much more. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos. But let's waste no further time and get straight into our top story on whether WWE called the police to shut down AEW's tapings. It didn't take long for fans to discover where AEW is taping its shows AEW Dark and Dynamite now that the promotion has relocated from Jacksonville, Florida's Daily Place. Dave Meltzer revealed a location on the Wrestling Observer Radio, explaining the site is AEW star QT Marshall's gym. According to Ringside News, Marshall runs One Fall Power Factory in Norcross, Georgia. This is the same building that has been dubbed the Nightmare Factory. Cody Rhodes has also taken a leadership role there. According to Diamond Dave Meltzer, a lot of future content was filmed in Georgia this past week. Whether it's enough is another question, as Georgia's Governor Brian Kemp announced a stay-at-home order. According to a report by US News and World Report, Kemp's order will take effect at 6 p.m. Friday and last through at least April 13th. The order says people must stay at home unless they are providing or receiving food, household supplies, medical supplies or services, sanitation, safety services, or essential home maintenance. It also says people can exercise outside as long as they stay 6 feet 2 meters apart, but they're not supposed to have visitors. AEW could find itself going on a short hiatus as more states implement a stay-at-home order. However, AEW nearly got shut down quicker than expected as Georgia authorities showed up to AEW's location to try and shut down the taping. They failed as they had all the necessary paperwork to film there, but with the stay-at-home order in effect at 6 p.m. today, this will surely be their last taping for a while. But did WWE have some involvement in trying to get AEW shut down? Yeah, there are rumors flying around, not surprisingly, that WWE were the ones to call the authorities to get the taping shut down. But did they though? Yeah, there doesn't seem to be any merit in this rumor, and it's likely that authorities just saw too many people in the building and decided to investigate the premises. We're pretty sure WWE wouldn't be that petty. Or would they? Next up, who won this week's Wednesday Night War? The Wednesday Night War continues to rage, and while the results are the same with Dynamite winning over NXT, the overall ratings for both shows decreased for week 27. PW Insider's Dave Shearer reported, the April 1st edition of AEW did 685,000 overnight viewers, down from last week's 819,000 overnight viewers. The April 1st edition of NXT did 590,000 overnight viewers, down from last week's 669,000 overnight viewers. The lack of an audience seems to be the key, as NXT aired matches that would have run on its pay-per-view show NXT TakeOver, and Dynamite aired its usual type of matches, as opposed to Raw and SmackDown, which typically features squashes. Oh, not to mention content repeated from 5 years ago. Can you think of anything that might boost the ratings while both shows air in empty arenas? Let us know in the comments down below. Next up, has anyone tested positive for the coronavirus? With fears about the ongoing outbreak, the WWE was apparently taking no chances with germs at the Performance Center shows. WWE Chief Brand Officer Stephanie McMahon spoke with Sports Illustrated about the steps the WWE has taken. We also do pandemic level cleaning, which includes fogging and ultraviolet light in the facility every single night. That could be overkill, quite frankly, but we really are trying to put in the best safety practice that we possibly can given the circumstances. Those are some of the measures that we are taking, and it is as comprehensive as it can possibly be. We also changed some of the format for WrestleMania. We're not holding the men's or women's battle royal. That's just too many people in the ring at one time. Well, it seems as if their cleaning strategy is working, as it seems that nobody is tested for coronavirus in the Performance Center. While it's been reported that some superstars fell ill, none of them have tested positive, thankfully. It's nice to hear some good news for a change. Next up, the WrestleMania match order. Have you been wondering which matches will air on which night at WrestleMania? Well, apparently the WWE has been looking things over closely, trying to figure out which order works best. WrestlingNews.co's Andrew Ravens notes, WWE taped all of the matches last week, but didn't do so in order. Now they're editing the matches, putting in special effects, and timing out everything in order to put on the most exciting order of matches for 2 nights. Instead of just having a normal match order, WWE is going with the idea of how they feel based on the star power of each match. The idea is that WWE wants to have the best possible show with the footage they have. According to Diamond Dave Meltzer, the WWE should have them selected within 48 hours, which should be around the same time as this video is released. In our opinion, both the Universal and WWE Championship should headline each night respectively. They are, after all, the biggest titles in the promotion. As for an opener, WWE should go with Daniel Bryan vs Sami Zayn for the Intercontinental Championship on night 1, and then have the ladder match open up on night 2. It should start off each night with big hype and excitement. Next up, Jericho being blacklisted from WWE. Sometimes it's hard to remember that in addition to wrestling for AEW, Chris Jericho stays busy with his band Fozzy, hosts his Talk is Jericho podcast, and has numerous other side projects. Despite this, Jericho has managed to keep his act fresh, with a career dating back to 1990. Recently, Le Champion spoke with the Tampa Bay Times about his move to AEW and how it will likely impact his future with the WWE. They'll probably never mention me again. I don't blame them. Why would they promote me in any way, shape or form when I'm head of this opposing army? In their opinion, that's stealing money out of their pockets. Jericho talked about whether he'll ever go in the WWE Hall of Fame and how it might affect him. If I continue to work for the Khan family for the rest of my life, I'll never go into the WWE Hall of Fame. Does that bother me? No, I mean the Sex Pistols didn't show up for theirs. I'm always kinda like that. I'm a Hall of Famer in the minds of the people who want me to be in the Hall of Fame. I'm a Hall of Famer in my mind. That's all that matters. Jericho seems content with his role in AEW and how it might affect his future in the WWE. Jericho is that rare professional wrestler who manages to successfully pursue other endeavors while still enjoying incredible success in the ring. With AEW's much lighter schedule, there's no telling when his career will ever end. Next up, Edge discusses not main eventing Mania. With this year's WrestleMania taking place over 2 nights, there are 2 opportunities for wrestlers to main event, but in the mind of Edge, it doesn't matter. During a chat with US Today's For the Win, Edge remarked on comments from Drew McIntyre that the last man standing match between him and Orton should main event. I mean, not really, it really doesn't. My mindset is our match is going to be tough to follow. It really is, and that's what my job is to make it tough to follow. So if you want to put it in on the middle, if you want to put it on in the beginning, good luck following it. If it's on last, great. But that doesn't change my mindset going into it. My mindset is going to tell this story, and for my first singles match back in 9 years, I want to start this second chapter since coming back at the Royal Rumble. I want to keep that momentum going. I want to show people I've taken this craft to a different level than I did it before. Ed seems driven to prove he's better than ever. WrestleMania will afford him that opportunity and a chance to see just how healthy his surgically repaired body really is. We just hope he doesn't take any sick bumps to prove himself. And finally, John Cena believes there's no top stars right now in the WWE. John Cena, who faces The Fiend at WrestleMania, recently spoke with Corey Graves on the After the Bell podcast. A number of topics came up, including whether the WWE can produce a defining figure, i.e. a top guy. Cena's response may surprise you. It needs what I'm not sure it can produce, and that's just the state of where everything is now, which is weird because it kind of always corrects itself, so we're in a day and age where it needs a frontman or a woman. It needs 1, maybe 2 definable characters to absolutely be the reason, and that's what will be able to define what the era is because it takes on those personality traits of its top star. We've repeatedly pointed out how the WWE doesn't have a megastar like Hulk Hogan, The Rock or Stone Cold Steve Austin performing full time, something Cena seems to think the company needs. However, he explained why this hasn't happened. Like I said before, I don't know if all things considered, the crowd is so mixed that if the company puts its faith behind an individual, the knee-jerk reaction of the audience, even if they liked the guy last week, is to say F you, you're not going to tell me who I like. Universal popularity will never happen because someone will see it and get onto it and be like, he seems to be getting popular, let's stop this right now, or she seems to be getting popular, let's change this right now, and I've seen it happen with the guys who are really darlings of that underground crew make it, and as soon as they make it, the rug is pulled out from under them. The fans can be petty, but so can WWE management. There seems to be the fear in the WWE that if a star gets too popular or over as a heel, there's the risk that they'll become difficult to deal with. But there you have it guys, the wildest wrestling news stories and rumors you need to know. Be sure to leave your comments down below, subscribe if you haven't already, follow us on Instagram and Twitter, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.